feeling coerced into taking sides, okay? I'm on everybody's side. I'm trying to live my life, okay? Like humanity is one big family, okay? That's what I really want. I really want to live by the golden rule. I don't want to hate anybody. I want to believe the best about people. I want to try to respect everybody. We've all got to do this. Even if their beliefs differ greatly, you can say, well, no. It's more than that. They know that they're deceivers, and hey, it doesn't matter. You still got to give them the benefit of the doubt, stay close to your friends, but closer to your enemies, and get in there and say, here's why your beliefs are wrong. And you don't let them escape the truth, okay? So if they are deceived, then you'll find out. But if they're a deceiver, you'll find out if they go the other way. They know, yes, I know the truth, but I'm going to do the opposite. See, this is what is called in the Bible the unpardonable sin. It's unforgivable. And this is actually lying to the Spirit of truth, which is the Holy Spirit of God. So when people are deliberately deceiving you, okay, this is a big problem. If they just are reveling in their their worldliness, that's another issue. That's, all this stuff has to be left to God at the end of the day. We don't have the wherewithal, and nor would we ever want to be judge, jury, and executioner, which is condemning, overly judging people. So we've always got to, say, well, maybe they are just deceived. But you've got to get in there with a cogent, coherent argument that just, throws down all their misconceptions, all their deceit. And then they say, wow, you're right. They need the problems. If you started solving problems, just poverty, it'd be so much cheaper. It would be, like I said, infinitely cheaper, because the problems are going to cost you, the taxpayers, me, the taxpayer, forever. That's infinite. That's in perpetuity, okay? Forever. And it's just going to cost you more and more and more as they destroy your currency. It has to. It has to, as the cost of food goes up, as the cost of housing goes up, as the cost of other things, services goes up, because everybody's trying to keep ahead. Everybody's trying to stay ahead, right? Keep up with the Joneses kind of thing. So understand that there's no way around this, that unless we address this thing and confront it, it's not going to get fixed. It's just like an issue with your car. If you don't confront it, it'll get worse and worse and worse, and it'll lead to something, a chain reaction, and that's what we've got going on here. So, we're focused over here on this issue or that issue and over here on this, but I don't hear anybody talking like I'm talking, and that's why I make these videos. And when I hear somebody out there that has the venue, and is able to, convey, to a lot of people what I'm trying to, I'll keep on doing it. I don't care if I'm talking to one person or nobody, okay? I'm still going to keep making my videos until I hear somebody talking about the root problems and what it's going to take to solve them, and why egalitarian policies and economic policies are fiscally conservative, why they are fiscally prudent, why they are logical, okay? Because you want problems solved. If there's no need for a lot of people to work in society, if it's a very soft job market, you can't condemn people for working less hours and being poor. You can't say that's bad. That's the reality. That's what's happened. We've shipped our industries over. Who did it? The government. The government was very complicit in facilitating this exchange of wealth. Our industry, this is what we had to build stuff and trade stuff and get us out of debt, or keep out of debt, stay in the black, okay? But now that's gone. So how do we pay this debt off? Well, we should default. We should do what Iceland. That's what I believe. Just like Donald Trump. He's defaulted in bankruptcy. That's what it is. And then you get to the bottom. Hey, who caused the problem? And start sending them to jail. Alan Greenspan, his wife, what's her name? Always out there in the, she's a big Hillary supporter. Andrea Mitchell, okay? These people sicken me. These people should be in jail, okay? The Bill Clintons, the George Bushes, these people should be in jail. These Goldman Sachs, all these bad actors out there. They're causing the problems. The Greenspans and the Bernankes, the Yellens, all these people that put us in debt should be in prison. Okay, we the people did not sign off on this debt, so yes, we should default. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going on the backs of the poor, and once they eat the heart out of the poor, then they move on. That's why the middle class has to get targeted. They need more blood to keep surviving. So yes, it's going to get worse and worse and worse if we allow this. So how do we get the debt paid? Raising your taxes. Well, we just raise everyone's tax. Why does this guy have any money? The country's in debt. Why? You see what I'm saying? I mean, so the poor look at that and they say, why do you have billions of dollars? The nation is in debt. Aren't you part of the nation? Don't you spend dollars, Federal Reserve notes? What are you doing with these billions of nations in debt? Give all your money to the government, to the Treasury. When we know they're just printing money, we know they don't need our money. You see the power of the money printing press? These people can buy up anything they want with just fiat money, even if it's digital. They say, well, it's digital, but it's measured in dollars, right? So, tariffs, yeah, we could, that would help, that would help level the playing field, tariffs, because we say, wait a minute, their cost of living is, $2 a day in China. Our cost of living is what? $50 a day or whatever it is for you. But it's a hell of a lot higher than there. So we can't, how's anybody going to be able to compete with that? We can't. So we got all this junk goods coming from China, and we're going in debt more and more and more. And it's like nobody's addressing it. Well, just kick the can down the road. Let some other generation deal with it. Obama's not dealing with it. So we could do it with gross domestic product. We could do it with taxes. We could just do it. If our currency was sound, we would never be in debt in the first place. But the way that they're paying the debt off is debt maintenance, okay? Which means they're just paying on the principal. Okay, I mean, they're just paying the interest. They're not paying on the principal. They're not paying the debt down. That's why your taxes keep going up. If they were paying down the principal, your taxes would go down. But the way that they're choosing to pay this is through currency debasement. It's just like this. If I borrow $100 from you today and I wait long enough, 10 years from now, what's that $100? It's equivalent of $10 in worth, right? Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, they just keep destroying the currency, printing more, and it always falls on the backs of the poor. I've pointed out why, because they're the weakest links in the economy is the poor. They're the closest to being destroyed, to having to live in their car, to live in their bushes, to live at a relative's house. So what are you going to do? Are you going to condemn these people? That's ungodly. That's evil. That's wrong. And you can't call yourself a Christian. You can't. When you know the culprits, what they're doing, how they're stealing the wealth from our nation from right from under our nose, okay? Figure it out. Under the banner of government, whatever that means, okay, it's supposed to be we the people, but now it's a group of elitists, okay, that are in cahoots with bankers. Great evil is flourishing, okay, under the banner of government. And where does this lead? When solving societal ills is extremely apolitical, anti-political, and that means Democrats and Republicans, but it goes against the moneyed interest. That's what we're talking about here. A truly viable reality for all of us needs to be a collective reality for humanity, needs to be established at birth. It has to do with our paradigm, okay? What kind of a world system are we born into, okay? And the way it is now, it's skewed really far to the elitists that are running the world, keeping in power, keeping in control, keeping the wealth disparity growing. So it's really tilted in their favor. And all I'm saying is that from birth, if God's rules were in effect, if ethical and moral rules, principles were in effect, golden rule of treating others the way you want to be treated and sharing in the inherent innate wealth of this planet, okay, was the rule of the day instead of the way it is. Everything's already been bought and sold, and you've born into this humongous cost of living. You're a slave from birth. That's our paradigm as it is now. And if your parents weren't rich and, you're not smart enough to go out there and make a lot of money and compete and, and really get into that dog eat dog mode, that social Darwinian mode, of, cutthroat, hyper competitiveness, then, you deserve to be poverty stricken and just go perish. Okay, that's the reality we have now that's been inflicted on us from birth. We've got to understand that too much tolerance is intolerable. The same people that are telling us we should be very tolerant out there sometimes are the ones that are the least tolerant of other people's views. So this whole thing, this is a pendulum that swings both ways, a knife, a double-edged sword. Well, I think I've said about all I have to say today, and all I can ask is that you're not one of those among the masses that revel in unbridled decadence unto your destruction, because that's where this whole thing is headed. Don't be overly invested in worldly things, okay? And fight the good fight. You do what you can. Win, lose, or draw, you still will be held accountable on Judgment Day for the things you did and for the things you failed to do. So you've got to speak your mind. If you're passionate about something, go out there and let people know you feel this way. You have strong beliefs. And even if you disagree, maybe you're the one that's wrong, but maybe you're going to reach somebody that's wrong, that's really deceived, that really